Good afternoon, ladies, and I hope you are having a wonderful Asynchronous Wednesday, our first Asynchronous Wednesday of the 2020-2021 school year. For our meeting today, I would just like to talk about what kind of strength and fitness we are developing as a team as we are in our sixth week of the 2020 cross-country season. And the way I want to be able to talk about that is to talk a little bit about the positive development in the attitude that I'm seeing as we go through some pretty challenging workouts and challenging situations, and also physiologically what we are doing to gain strength and fitness as we come together to define what the 2020 season is. To begin, I'd like to talk about last weekend's meet at Tendick Park. And for a basis of comparison, I'd like to ask you ladies, what made last weekend's race better than our race at Sussex Hamilton a week and a half ago? Maybe it was the weather. If you recall, at Hamilton it had rained a whole bunch and it was really humid when we were racing. Maybe it was the course. If you recall, there were a few parts of the course that were washed out in mud and a few parts of the course that were holding water and were very, very wet. And I think that those things are real concerns that challenge us, and that the course and the conditions last week at Tendick Park were vastly better than they were a week and a half ago at Sussex Hamilton. But if you think back a little bit farther, remember that 2.5 weeks ago we actually did race at Tendick Park, which provides us a really good basis for comparison for how things went last Saturday. As I look at the results for last week Saturday, as opposed to 2.5 weeks ago, both at Tendick Park, I think about the fact that many of you ran between 40 seconds and multiple minutes faster on the same course at Tendick. And as we went to Tendick that first time for the Highlander Invitational, a lot of you had that hill on your brain. And even before we went into the meet last weekend, a lot of you had that hill on your brain and you were wondering, how am I going to be able to go and manage this? That hill is challenging. And what I think your times indicate, and in many cases, your PRs, your drops of nearly a minute to multiple minutes on the same course demonstrates a couple of things. First of all, it demonstrates that your fitness matters. You all work hard during the week and take care of yourselves outside of practice, and that allows you to remain healthy and to progress as an athlete. You don't just run 2 minutes faster without being in better shape than you were 2 weeks ago. Secondly, this demonstrates that your attitude matters. You can be in control of how you approach situations on and off the cross-country course. And in a lot of situations, all you have to do is decide. So in cross-country, we decide to believe in ourselves and to believe in each other, and we decide to be strong together. Believe in your strength. Be ambitious. That's what we're starting to see in this past week in cross-country, and it's exciting to be there when this change happens. I'd like to take a moment to talk about the hard work that you all have been putting in during the week. Monday interval workouts have been going very well. And what you learn from these workouts is that you have strength you might not have known you had. You learn that when you run a late interval, a third 1,000, a fourth 1,200, faster than the one before. These workouts are designed to benefit you physiologically. Specifically, intervals help you build aerobic fitness. What they teach you, however, is that you can dig deep when you don't feel well, and you can access your strength, your physical and your emotional strength, to carry you through situations on the race course that feel the same way and that challenge you. According to the sports medicine department at the University of California at Davis, aerobic fitness, which is cardiovascular endurance, is the body's ability to deliver oxygen to your muscles, which allows them to do work or engage in activity. The lungs take in oxygen from the air we breathe, where it gets perfused into the bloodstream. The heart and blood vessels deliver it into the working muscles, and the skeletal muscles utilize that oxygen to execute muscular contractions and produce work. A higher VO2 max, or volume of oxygen that you can move to your muscles, allows one to produce more energy, thereby performing more work. Interval training, such as thousands or 1200s at high effort with limited rest, results in an increase in the efficiency of oxygen transport within the body. By lowering the resting heart rate and the heart rate at submaximal loads, which means not at your maximum heart rate, the heart pumps more blood with every heartbeat. This, in addition to other physiological changes, increases the oxygen extraction capability. When an individual is tested before and after training while performing exercise at the same load, a lower heart rate is shown after training because more blood, and thus oxygen, is delivered in each heartbeat. When you race, you can go faster for longer because you are actually making yourself stronger and more efficient when you do that hard work on Mondays. That's the purpose and the benefit of that workout physiologically. You make yourself stronger. Intellectually and emotionally, again, it teaches you that you have that strength when you think you might not have that strength. Tempo work, like what we do on Thursdays, helps you in a different way. If you've ever run so hard that you feel like you're running through sand, or that your muscles feel as if they have a burning sensation, that's called lactic acid. You have lactic acid in your legs. And that happens at a point when you're working so hard that your body can't clear the lactic acid out in a timely fashion, and it starts to build up in your muscles. Tempo work helps push that point out further, the point at which the lactic acid builds up in your legs, which means that you can run at a high effort for a longer time and not have that feeling. So again, the work you are doing, in addition to making you feel stronger and know you're stronger, actually physically makes you stronger. Another point I want to emphasize today, ladies, is how you might feel right now. I'm guessing if you feel like I do after doing your workouts and your long runs, that you're probably tired and you're probably sore. You have worked especially hard these last 2 to 3 weeks. Your volume in the last 2 weeks, which is your weekly mileage, has steadily increased. And feeling sore, especially feeling sore muscularly, is a pretty normal thing. That's okay that you increase volume. That's okay that you work hard, and it's okay that you feel sore. But you have to be responsible. If you want to continue to compete, you have to make sure that you take care of your body. And we think about that in a couple of different ways. First of all, you have to hydrate before and after you run. Even on days when it doesn't feel hot and it doesn't feel like you sweat a lot, you still need to hydrate because you're still getting dehydrated in the process of the workout that we run. So if it's not a high humidity day, you might not feel very sweaty, but you still lose a lot of water during that workout. Secondly, you have to eat a lot of food. Again, we talk about 3 meals and multiple snacks per day. We talk about, having a dessert. That's an okay thing to do because energy out absolutely necessitates energy in. If you're going to do the work that we ask of you and be healthy and be strong and be able to compete, you're going to burn a lot of calories when you're working out, when you're running, and when you're racing. And you absolutely need to make sure that you are prepared for that and that you replenish the energy that you burn with energy in. And the only way to do that is by eating. So remember, ladies, complete meals that have fats, carbohydrates, proteins, dairy, water, all those things are really, really important. They're essential, actually. And if you don't take in enough energy, your body will start shutting down. And that is incredibly dangerous, not only to you as a runner, but to your health generally. Lastly, and this is something that I don't think we talk about enough at DSHA, we need to be aware of our sleep health. In my time as a teacher and a coach, I've come to know many cross-country athletes that strive for high achievement in the classroom and on the cross-country course. At DSHA, I think our sleep health is generally fairly poor. We don't sleep enough. If you're asking your body to run these challenging workouts and races, and if you want to stay healthy, and if you want to be a happy, healthy individual, you have to be sure to get enough sleep. at an absolute minimum, this goes for being in season as well as being out of season. I would say an absolute bare minimum on a night where you don't get enough sleep is 7 hours in that night. And optimally, you want to get at least 8. Sleep allows your body to recover and your mind to rest, and it protects you against illness. Again, ladies, we are working very, very hard when it comes to what you're asked to do during your cross-country season. Prioritize your sleep. It is essential to your health and well-being. Let me conclude, ladies, by saying that working with all of you is one of the brightest parts of my day every day. Being along for the ride as you learn what it means to have a positive attitude about things in running and life that are challenging, being there when you start to determine what it means to be strong, to have strong legs, to have strong minds, and to have strong hearts is one of the best parts of my job. You're learning that now. Every day when you step out the door to start your run, you are learning that. Every day when you challenge yourself on a long run, every day when you challenge yourself in a workout, every race, you're learning that. And we're seeing it come together now. What's the difference between last week's meet and the week before? You're gaining fitness. You're learning how to work hard. You're learning your strength. And you're learning what it means to be Dasher strong. If you haven't run yet today, ladies, I hope you have a good run. If you have already run, I hope it went very well. And I look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow. Take care.